Hello, greetings, this is Gilles Mancien. I wanted to come and say hello, wish you a wonderful month of February. In the French video, I was wearing this yellow this yellow sweater, and I came up into like, it kind of brought out all kinds of things about complaint, because in France we have very, all the French institution around here in Normandy has been very rejecting everything about France is the only country that does not support these artists. It's just pop music maybe, but not the art. And when all other countries have always usually the American will buy American artists first, and Belgian people will buy Belgian art first. The English people will buy English artists first. But in France, if you're French, you're not exotic enough, and so you're gonna. So hopefully everything will work out. I will not have to exile myself and I will not make all those complaints in this video. I removed the jacket. The jacket alone made me feel like I had to complain about. And I didn't. I forgot to sing. I was going to sing a song in the French video. I'm going to sing one here. And so behind me is a painting. It's a scene. It's a large scene. It's very complex painting. I will hopefully be able to show them soon. I'm going to pull a few cards. So the situation is actually happiness. The situation for us for this month is about happiness. Happiness is something that we have to create inside of us, but it's also to know what is the condition, what is required for us to discover that happiness. What do we need? For all that we need, we ask the universe to provide all that we need, and we have to know that we deserve to receive that which we need. And so it is the card of happiness. And the angel says, so it's about around this situation. It's about being generous. For the more generous, we have to be generous, not overly generous, but we have to be generous. We have to be generous in our thoughts, to be forgiving, and to be generous materially and spiritually, to not be so severe with what is going on. Although there is a great deal of madness that goes on in the world, like in America, they want to start a new Cold War with those nuclear weapons. It is completely insane. If they do that, and then that means humanity. Maybe I was wrong. I thought the humanity was, if we may move into this golden age, but if we self-destruct into a nuclear holocaust, that means humanity was not worthy of staying on the planet. Will be removed, and another species will come to that will be more worthy of living on this beautiful planet. For if we're given such a beautiful planet and we see nothing else but to destroy it, then we're not worthy of continuing to live on this planet. And so hopefully we will be prevented from the complete self-destruction, from the complete self-destruction. For all the wars in the world are all about business. It's all about business. It's the problem is because the government are treating their citizens as slave or employed, and they have, through taxation. The banks are treating the government as also as slaves through the debt. And then the multinationals are being given so much power that they can abuse the people, and they're given the same right as individual, all kinds of things. And all those financial systems, they're creating quintillions of dollars, but it's only in the mind of the bankers. They don't have the assets, and it's just exchanging papers in those speculative markets and all those things. So there's a lot of insanity that is going on, but hopefully we will wake up and realign our systems of functioning so that we can create a society that will work out for everybody. And so what we see before us is righteousness. It's about being straight, being right, because there is so much iniquity in the world. That is why people are wearing those yellow jackets. They want to see a sense of fairness, a sense of that they can live in peace in this beautiful world where everything is given to us. For there is enough wealth for everybody to live in wealth, in abundance. It's just like some people need to control the program in order to manipulate, and because that's how they get their kick. They get their kick out of manipulation. How they're like perverse and sadistic, and so we need to get rid of all those dark groups and entities. Always the same groups that are creating the problems for everybody, and so hopefully they will be exposed and they will be forgiven, but the power will be removed from the hand, so we can give the power to the people that have compassion and wisdom, so that we can re-establish a society that is functional for all. I don't know how this will work, for God only knows how it will work, for we have to trust that the divine timing. What we have in the subconscious is the ability to listen. We've been able to listen, and now we are into the renewal there is a great deal of newness that is coming. What is in the near future is the ability to hesitate. So we do not want to hesitate too long. For if we hesitate too long, then it becomes an illusion. And so for me, it's going to be departure. It's going to be leaving the situation, moving to something else. We cannot hold on forever to the past. We have to let go of this past conditioning. The strength we have in this situation is well-being. Well-being has to become the center focal point of the 21st century, with the quality of life, the each individual citizen of the planet. Sometimes I do my meditation and God shows me in unity consciousness that there is children that needs to go in landfill to find food. It's completely unacceptable when there is so much wealth in the world. I'm all for business and enterprise, and as an art dealer, I have to cultivate my relationship to people who not only have money, but have the vision and understanding to understand that art increase the quality of our life. But there is a need for in order to create this deep, profound happiness and unity consciousness. We want to know that everybody has what they need in order to live comfortably on the earth. There is enough for everybody. So this well-being has been around us is reflected by a triumph. There will be a triumph of the light. Maybe it needs to be extremely dark right before it gets bright. And so let us hope, let us pray together that God will make this program of living peaceful, enjoyable for everyone. In the meantime, we have to free ourselves from all limitation, from bondage, and from worries, and from what we see in our inner emotion is healing. We have this healing, bit of snow. So we have this healing that we see already in our inner emotion, and the outcome will be apprentissage, which is it is a study that we are learning things. We are going through a process of being educated. We are being groomed into the next level, into the ascended mastery level. We have to become sovereign self. For in essence, God has always been the master of the program, the master teacher that organizes. And although we have this individual will that we have to work with. So we want to make peace with the present moment as much as possible, to connect to this purity, to this serenity, to this stillness. Pure serenity is the opposite of agitation. And so so we don't need to be perfect to connect to that, to let go, to tune in our frequency, to let go of this better frame of mind. So sometimes I spend too much time worrying because I have a lot of financial worries actually right now, and this is taking too much time within my frequency. I have to tune into this alpha frequency where I can become peaceful, still being aware on how asking for all those situations to be solved, those 3D situations to be solved gracefully, in grace and ease. And yet, even to go further down into theta, into delta, and then we can jump into the super consciousness of the gamma, the super gamma, and the epsilon. So it is about being, it's like a TV, our body, our consciousness is like this TV. We always tune into this one level of consciousness, which is black and white, mostly, for most people. Eventually we'll move into gray and we'll discover colors, but we also have different channels, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11, 12 dimensional channels. And so we want to tune in. Even if we cannot maintain that frequency, it is good to know that we can tune into those frequencies, and to realize that everything that is below the level of the upper 4th dimension, the highest dream, the beauty of life, has to be relinquished to go into the dustbin of history, to let go of all that. For we want to awaken to the flow. We want to ask life to be a flow, to be in harmony, that everything comes into harmony for ourselves, to create a life that is worth living, to create this focal, to learn about the focal point, to focalize enough into what is wanted for long enough so that it can manifest. For it's only when it is the time. For we only have the power that is given to us. for a very long time, karma was necessary. So whatever we created in one life, we never would we harvest the fruits of our action within one lifetime. It means if we did good, then we may not have received this good. Or if we did bad, we never experienced the darkness of what we created. It happens through many lifetimes. But now time is being compressed, so karma is going to become more instantaneous. And for ourselves, we need to let go of all memories that is connected to karma in relationship to past, present, and future. Forgiveness is a superpower. So we want to be kind to ourselves and stop all the karmic game. And ask for the freedom in relationship to all our past, present, and future, even our future mistakes, our past mistakes, our present mistake. Everything has to be forgiven in order to move into this sphere where we can feel that we can be as like a child to play. We want to play. We want to have fun. That's what we came here to do. Understanding that sometimes it is our addiction, our subconscious action that are preventing us, like tobacco, for instance. Everybody's got all kinds of addiction, no matter what. Some people believe they don't, but maybe addicted to all kinds of things. It is unconscious thoughts and things that make us comfortable. But all those addictions come from inner revulsion, from self-judgment. We see things within ourselves we do not want to address, and so we move into this habitual sorts of product or using something that will bring us back to this place of comfort. But we need to, so it is important right now to address those things, and because life will not let us go, and about that we need to be free, and then we'll be able to return to all kinds of pleasure once we achieve this addressing these inner issues. It is not about the product or the situation or the addiction itself. It is about the issue within, what is hiding. Or same thing with emotion. It's not about the emotion. It is what's behind the emotion. What is the emotion trying to teach us? For we want to forgive ourselves when we stumble as well. For when we fall, we just want to pick up ourselves and then try again and do it again. And when you see somebody fall, it's not about laughing at the person falling. It's about helping the person stand up again. Because otherwise, when we fall, we'll fall harder. Even if we're laughing at other people, the mistakes, we might end up doing the same mistake in order to understand. Because if we're laughing at them. It is cruelty to find pleasure in other people's suffering. For there's a lot of people that do enjoy that, but God knows and understands all things. So there is no judgment. For error is human and forgiveness is divine. So let us move into this divine self. Let go of all other things. And so if there is judgment needed for soul to learn, God will know how and when the soul will have to learn the lesson. There is no need for us to intervene. Although, for me, my inner self is, among my inner self, I have my master guide, my guardian angel, and my soul family, and my guide of the earth space, my team of guides that are assisting me internally. But when it comes to the external process, the world of politics, the collective, the global level, I'm always addressing my soul to a perfecter of wisdom, a divine counselor, and a universal censor. For this is the highest body of legislative, universal legislative order that can adjudicate situation for the human race. And right now there's never been a judgment. Well, there's been judgment, but not a final judgment, and we're getting close to that. So sometimes, so we want to ask the perfecter of wisdom, a divine counselor of the seventh order, because we live in the seventh super universe, or maybe seven divine counselor, which is give us the seven aspect of what God could perceive, seven aspect of ministry in a relationship to the divine mind, and the universal censor act on behalf of God, and then when it speaks, everything will change. So we do want it. Sometimes I feel like I would wish all the veils to fall for everybody to see exactly what's going on, but it has to happen step by step. And so I have to be very patient and to allow myself to go through the process. For what we seek is salvation, and salvation is attainable within this lifetime. And if we do not attain within this lifetime, if we work on it in this lifetime, we will achieve in the next time. So we have to let go of the past and present, past, present, and future memory, the conditioning, aligned with the higher harmonics of the fourth dimension. and tune into this state of samadhi. Samadhi is the state of when we sleep, we're in total peace, so serenity, in lucidity, but we do not know. And then we can, and so it's about learning to tuning into to this alpha state where we're always at peace inside, and not allow ourselves to be too disturbed by all those things of the outside world, or by those conditioning of the past. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. It's getting darker out there. I'm going to run. I mean, I may even go swim. I'll go to the pool today. I'm going to pull the 4 cards. The situation is the baby, the highest wisdom. For it is about a rebirth. We are being reborn in spirit. But for some reason, spirit is talking to me about a baby. I may come into a relationship where I may have actually a relationship where I have a baby. For now, it feels like at first I feel my life situation is so difficult and painful. It's like, how can I even think about that? But maybe situation can change like this also. What we need to understand is the Celtic cross. It's the understanding of the ancient wisdom that's connected to the natural kingdoms and worlds. And what we need to do is the vessels. It's about traveling, being free to experience, to explore, to discover new realm. And the outcome will be figure of authority. We're going to be able to become a figure of authority. We already are figure of authority. We are the highest authority on ourselves. There is no one more qualified to be an authority on you. Do not let anybody tell you who you are, or what you feel, or what you need to think, or to do things for other people. Just be an authority on yourself, and exercise whatever value, whatever light you can feel, whatever wisdom you have to express that, so that others you can benefit from your wisdom. So do not hesitate to share your thoughts and ideas. Just wanted to show a couple of paintings. This one it was a self-portrait. I even had my own astrological chart in the back, but it became a part of this series of painting on the 0010110. It is a code of ascension. I did another one. It's over there. It's over there. This is a pastel from the pastel. But I sold a lot of pastels. They're very interesting. They're very dynamic. And this is a painting about a scene. It's a salon, an artist's salon. And this is my painting of it's a tribute to Vincent van Gogh. It's not finished, but it's getting closer. I really like it. It's getting there, slowly but surely. I'm doing those paintings tributes to great artists of art history. And I was going to sing a song. Let's see if it's there. I forgot to sing I was going to sing in the English video, in the French video, but I forgot. I was so entrapped in my discussion about this yellow vest movement as well. So I'm going to sing this song. It's called Heart of Gold. I want to live. I want to give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions I never give that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood. I've been to Redwood. I've crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. They keep me searching for a heart of gold, and I'm growing old. Thank you very much for sticking till the end. I wish you a wonderful day. I hope this message had meaning for you. I hope that much will unfold. For I do feel like there is so much that is right around the corner with this Chinese New Year. This new moon year, that will be coming in a few days, can bring all that we have been asking for. So let us pray for that. Let us be ready to receive that in gratitude, and so we'll be able to celebrate for the rest of our life. Thank you very much. Namaste.